my name is Shoto Todoroki and I am studying at UA High School to be a pro hero. I am a member of class 1A and I'm working very diligently to become a pro. My classmates are as well. In this video, I'm going to talk about sociological concepts and how they apply to the world that I'm living in. I'm not very good with technology, so this won't be very fancy as a video. I couldn't figure out how to edit this video, so I printed out all of the relevant materials, and my friends, Iida and Midoriya, had to help me figure out how to use a printer in the first place. Midoriya is here to help me explain things. Iida is holding the camera. Okay. I think the first thing to bring up would be symbolic interactionism in the world of heroes. Symbolic interactionism is a theory that people assign meanings to things based off of their experiences. All Might is a good example to look at for this theory since he's known as Japan's symbol of peace. How people view him is related to his work as a hero.
All Might is the coolest pro hero. Since he became a hero in Japan, crime rates have dropped to under 6%. In other countries, they're over 20%. His very existence deters crime.
Midoriya is right. How people perceive All Might is important, just like how people perceive heroes is important. Given that All Might is seen as a symbol of peace, what his meaning as a symbol is differs depending on the person. Midoriya sees him as the best, most inspiring pro hero, while my father, Endeavor, sees him as a rival. Villains see him as a powerful enemy. The villain Stain, who we'll discuss later, saw All Might as the only true hero. It depends on the individual's experience with All Might for how they perceive him as a symbol. There's also the fact that when quirks first began appearing, the world was very chaotic and there was a large surge of criminal activity. While police were trying to figure out how to handle this, a select number of people rose against criminals and performed work as heroes. That's how the pro hero profession was born.
Our streets look like scenes from a comic book.
Yes, they did. Now, a sociologist named John Levi Martin wrote a book called Thinking Through Theory, and it discusses several relevant concepts relating to the world that we're living in today. A world with quirks, heroes, and villains. The first concept I'm going to discuss will be how culture can both constrain and enable people to do specific things. Martin did not do a very good job explaining this concept in an understandable manner, so I will try to do better. The culture constrain and enable concept discusses how, because of a culture, people are both limited in some ways and encouraged by it in others. For example, how people like All Might are encouraged and even enabled to become heroes because of their quirks. Our hero-centered society enables people with fantastic quirks to become heroes, such as my father. This is my father, Endeavor. I hate him.
He is kind of scary.
Endeavor takes full advantage of how hero society and culture enables people with powerful quirks to become powerful pros. He made me in order to usurp All Might as the #1 hero. Unfortunately, in the same way hero society enables those with powerful quirks to become pro heroes, it also constrains others and can force them down a path of villainy.
Our classmate Shinso can control minds if you talk to him. Lots of people think he would be a good villain, but he wants to be heroes just like us.
Yes, that can be the case. Some quirks are simply too scary to be seen as a suitable quirk for a professional hero, so they can be turned down a path of villainy. This is one of the reasons why we have the League of Villains, a group of villains that hates everything about hero society. Hero society has enabled groups like these to exist, as one group cannot exist without the other. In order for heroes to exist, there must be villains to fight against. The same is true the other way around, which brings me to structural functionalism. Emile Durkheim, a French sociologist, created the idea of functionalism, which this paper discusses. Durkheim thought that there was a function in everything, seen in the division of labor reading, which can be found in this book. This was later developed into the theory of structural functionalism, which states that society is made up of many parts, each of which has a specific function. If any of those parts stop working as they should, it can mess up the entire system. For example, the function of heroes is to protect citizens from harm caused by villains, whether they're small or large. The function of schools like UA is to train future heroes and the people that will work with them as support companies who make support gear. Such as support companies who make support gear. Structural functionalism can be thought of like a clock, with many gears needed to work, and if one cog stops moving, stops working, the whole thing ceases to function properly. And the paper. point is about Stain and how he affected hero society. Stain is a rational choice theorist, which states that everyone's actions are self-interested. No one does anything without a possible reward, whether it's social, money, or even fame and glory. These concepts are discussed in this paper. Of course, many pro-heroes such as All Might disprove this theory. They perform hero work out of a sense of duty because they believe it's the right thing to do. My father is not one of these. He is a hero for fame, money, and glory. Stain believes that all heroes are like my father and that they only do hero work for fame, money, and glory. In this, he thinks that hero society itself is corrupt because it promotes this behavior by paying and glorifying heroes.
Stain was really horrifying to face. He's so set in these ideals. He called Iida a false hero. Because Iida's convictions were selfish, they were about revenge, not protecting others. Stain idealized self-sacrifice. He thought it was what a hero should do and refused to accept payment for their work.
Many people thought he made fair points, and his ideology influenced the League of Villains, which is still a very large threat to us and our futures. He may not have known that he was a rational choice theorist, but since he believed that all heroes acted out of self-interest, that's indeed what he was and what his ideology was based off of. The last thing I'm going to talk about is dramaturgical theory and sense of self with pro-heroes. According to this article, dramaturgical theory states that people are merely actors playing roles that they have to play in society. This probably sounds somewhat familiar, as Shakespeare once said that all the world's a stage and the men and women merely players. This is a dramaturgical approach. When people have roles to play, they perform specific behaviors in order to fit that role. Pro-heroes, for example, perform duties such as fighting villains, going out on patrols, and helping with rescue operations. This is a sense of self they have as heroes. Teachers at UA are both pro-heroes and teachers, which brings what's called role strain into the mix. Role strain is when the expectations and duties of two or more roles don't mix well, clash, or just become too much. When the League of Villains broke into the USJ during our rescue training, Mr. Aizawa, our teacher, had to switch from his teacher role to a hero role while also protecting us, his students. His role as a teacher was straining his role as a pro-hero since he was forced to protect us.
He did great fighting, though. It's unfortunate how badly he got hurt.
Except for the amount of time he can use his quirk, he recovered fine. Now that should be everything I had to discuss. Thank you for watching. Iida, you can turn the camera off now.
You're not supposed to say that part on camera.
Midoriya, should I be this close?
You need to back up. You're too close.
Is this better?
Much better. Okay. Okay, I've got to look at this beforehand or else I'm not going to know what the hell I'm doing.
You could have just...
What are we doing? Why don't do a... Is it going? Deku. All Might is the coolest pro ever since he became a... Fuck. All Might is the coolest pro hero since his... Fuck. I wasn't ready! Stop staring at me. All Might is the coolest pro hero. Since he became a hero in Japan, crime rates have dropped to under 6%. In other countries, they're over 20%. His very existence deters crime. Close enough!
There we go! Finally! Keep it rolling.
Midoriya
is right.
All Might, come back here. Through All Might.
Keep rolling. Todoroki burps.
Practice.
Midoriya, Dog Zabo wants to talk to you. What have you done, Midoriya? What have you done?
I can't breathe.
That was my crotch. Just a casual. That was my crotch.
Dog Zabo. Tozawa insists on playing. Yeah, right, baby dog.
Kind of weird calling your teacher baby dog. Fuck it. Deku, yay! So, all might broke. We're okay.
Iida's arm has also been very helpful.
Don't you?
Midoriya, how do you work a camera?
You might want to ask Iida that. He's the one on the camera.
How do you work a camera?
Don't worry about Todoroki. I got it.
We'll turn into bloopers. Cause why the fuck not?
It's literally rolling as you speak.
I know!
That needs to be the first blooper. Our random bullshit will turn into bloopers.
Why the fuck not?
Oh my, with a stick up his butt.
It's up his thigh. Up his thigh? In his thigh. Not up his ass.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Deku died.
Deku has COVID.
I do not. Here. Look. I'm really Bakugo in disguise.
They switched bodies a couple days ago, and
Keep choking on
Deku's-
fucking Deku's hair.
Deku doesn't know how to deal with being in Bakugos.
Being in Bakugos?
In his body!
You didn't say body, you said in Bakugos.
Yeah, it was implied.
You forgot to say body though.
Todoroki likes Dr. Pepper. This is an endorsement.
You don't get the scholarship for that.
Sponsorship.
The deadline's gone. I should know I applied for it and failed. Take it back again.
Is there a Dr. Pepper scholarship for burgeoning heroes?
No.
Well, that's why you failed.
It was just a normal scholarship. I needed the money. I am broke.
I'm not.
Okay, rich boy, keep it up.
Boy?
You know what I meant. Deku's shoe. Fuck, I have to put this back
Oh,
on.
cool. Deku has pink socks now.
Leave me and my polka dot socks alone.
No!
I keep my shoe back on.
Oh,
Don't you duck. Don't hit Iida.
But it's fun.
What did Iida do to you? Actually, considering the same situation, never mind, hit Iida.
Gee, thanks.
I like how we've established that it's I'm Bakugo in Deku's body, so I can curse all the hell I want to.
Never
Todoroki
mind.
likes throwing stuff now. It's fun to throw stuff at my father.
Todoroki, remind me how you got Bakugo to agree to this again?
Blackmail.
I hate icy hot. You eat them. Oh my. Hold on. Oh my yeet! Oh, my balls come apart. I did that and I felt his midsection loosen. I'm like, oh fuck. Because I've addressed that I am Bakugo stuck in Deku's body.
Deku keeps fucking up. Well, I guess it's Bakugo, but... Are you trying to make Deku look bad?
Yes.
No wonder you don't have your provisional license yet.
You can't exactly talk
You can't talk,
Todoroki.
you don't either. We both failed. I made Iida choke.
At least I'm better with people.
Mr. I told a bunch of kindergartners I hate my father. Dogzawa, go away! Give me the toy to yeet it, Iida! Iida? You're Iida now. Let me eat you, Iida!
Is that because Bakugo just keeps suppressing everything,
Probably.
including kindness and genuine human emotion and connection?
Probably.